Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashata Vishatarini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatadishatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. तो श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनराम यशोदानंदन व्रज जनराम यमुनातीरवनचारि यमुनातीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं पर्जनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare. Welcome everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So last time we have discussed till 4.33. So in 4.33 we have seen that we have seen the before this summary of 4.34 to 4.42. In 4.31 we have seen that sacrifice essential to live happily on this planet or in this life. And next, so sacrifice is an important part of human life. So we have seen earlier, we have seen the cycle of appearance and desire and its reactions. We have seen avidya, bija, papam, aparadha, kutam, prarabdha, sufferings. We have seen the causes of suffering. The causes of suffering is avidya. Because of avidya, ignorance, we are suffering. Then verse number 32 and 33 we have seen that sacrifices are born of different types of work. So when you perform different types of work, suppose you are keeping fast. So this is also one kind of sacrifice. Okay. So work and culminate in transcendental knowledge. If you sacrifice, so if you work, it becomes sacrifice, and slowly it is culminated in transcendental knowledge. Okay. Verse 4.34 to 42. Summary of transcendental knowledge. The conclusion we have seen how to achieve transcendental knowledge, the fruit of transcendental knowledge, who can successfully achieve transcendental knowledge, the symptoms of one who has successfully applied transcendental knowledge to work, and we have seen the conclusion. Then we will see 4.34. So in 4.34 we see that how to acquire transcendental knowledge. Approach bona fide spiritual master, inquire submissively and render service unto him. So how to acquire transcendental knowledge? We have talked about transcendental knowledge in the above verses. Now we will see how to acquire transcendental knowledge. What is the importance of transcendental knowledge we have seen. Now how to acquire transcendental knowledge is the question. So how to acquire transcendental knowledge? So 4.34 says tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarsinam. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Okay. So, who are the owner of transcendental knowledge? Jnaninas tattva darshana, those who have seen the truth. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena seva. So what you have to do? You have to find a spiritual master and you have to surrender unto him. You have to serve him to get the knowledge. So if you want to get the knowledge, you have to serve him. Okay. Now in mundane world, we have so many types of gurus, and how they are acquiring the knowledge is different. We will not talk about that over here, because spiritual, if you want to acquire knowledge, you have to serve a spiritual master. That is the only method that you can acquire transcendental knowledge. Because what is the transcendental knowledge? It is not an ordinary knowledge. It is a transcendental knowledge. Means it is about God. Knowledge about God, knowledge about Krishna, knowledge about Supreme Proprietor, knowledge about Supreme Controller. He is the Supreme Lord. So the knowledge about Lord Krishna is transcendental knowledge. So, upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshanam. Because they have seen the truth. They have self-realized. They have done lot of sacrifice. Okay. So, we have discussed earlier, in earlier verses, what are the different types of sacrifice. Okay. So, they have done the sacrifice. They have done the work from which they have acquired transcendental knowledge. And they belong to disciplic succession. The person, one who belongs to disciplic succession. So if I talk about parampara, I talk about disciplic succession, it means what? The person belongs to a particular authorized center, authorized succession, authorized tradition. Okay, so this succession was started by whom? Lord Krishna. It is like Lord Krishna gave knowledge to Brahma, Brahma gave to Narad, Narad gave to Asita, Devala, Param, and so many spiritual gurus, and now Srila Prabhupada has given us this knowledge. So Srila Prabhupada has taught us that chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chant Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and be happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Okay, so just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Okay, so bona fide path, what is the bona fide path and what is the non-bona fide path? We will discuss over here what is bona fide path and what is non-bona fide path. The bona fide path means what? It is given by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna means what? Spiritual masters have instructed us. So that is the bona fide path. Okay, that belongs to a disciplic succession. So in bona fide path, Lord Krishna is the original master. So the path which has been given or initiated by Lord Krishna is known as bona fide path. Path of religion is directly enunciated by Lord Krishna. That is 6.3.19. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavad pranitam. Lord Krishna, Bhagavatam says in 6th canto, 3rd chapter, 19th verse, Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavad pranitam. Na vaye vidur rishayo napi deva. Na siddha mukhya asura manushyaha. Kuto na vidyadhar charanadaya. Means religion is created by only one person. And who is that person? Supreme Lord Krishna. Supreme Lord Krishna can only create religion, no other person, no, not even spiritual master. Not even spiritual master can create this knowledge. Okay, so Lord Krishna has given a disciplic successor. He doesn't manufacture rules against the principles of the revealed scriptures and never presents anything not to be found in Vedic literature. Okay, so disciplic succession means what? It is the succession which is initiated or started by Lord Krishna. And all the spiritual masters belong to that. It means what? Lord Krishna has told something or a story to Brahma. Brahma has told it to Narada, and in that way, one after other, spiritual masters have got that knowledge, and we are getting the knowledge today is given by Lord Krishna. So this is known as disciplic success. So he does not manufacture rules against the principles of revealed scripture. So who is the spiritual master? The one who knows Krishna. The one who knows Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavad pranitam. The spiritual master knows that Lord Krishna is the original creator of Dharma. and he never prevents anything not to be found in Vedic literature. Okay, so never claims to be God. So a spiritual master never claims that I am God. Sometimes a disciple of Srila Prabhupada asked him, "Oh Prabhupada, are you a God?" Srila Prabhupada said, "No, I am not God. Lord Krishna is only God. We are the servant of God. We are the servant of servants. Dasanudas, dasanudas, dasanudas. So we are das of das. We are servant of servant. We are servant of spiritual master. We are servant of devotees. We are servant of Supreme Lord Krishna. We are not God." This is known as disciplic successor. Never contradicts teaching of Shastra and other bona fide sadhus. So a spiritual master is a person who never modifies any knowledge given in the scripture. That's why Srila Prabhupada writes on Bhagavad Gita that Bhagavad Gita as it is. This means whatever is there in original, I am presenting it in front of you as it is. No modification. Okay? So never contradicts teaching of Shastra and other bona fide sadhus. So that is the job of spiritual master. What is the job of spiritual master? Whatever he has learned from his spiritual master, just give it as it is to the common man. Okay, there are 4 bona fide sampradayas: Brahma, Sri, Kumara, Rudra. So these 4 bona fide sampradayas are entitled to spread the knowledge about Lord. That's why they are known as 4 bona fide sampradayas: Brahma, Sri, Kumara, Rudra. So this is the bona fide path. Bona fide path means the path which was started by Lord Sri Krishna. What is the non-bona fide path? Non-bona fide means something which is different against the scriptural knowledge, the knowledge which was given by Lord Krishna. So manufacturing one's own process is the fashion of foolish pretenders. So what is the non-bona fide path? Non-bona fide path means the persons, those who are creating their own knowledge, creating their own mundane knowledge. They are just discussing in a group and they are saying that this is the knowledge. This is the knowledge. This is the knowledge one has to follow. And nowadays it is happening in the mundane world. Many people are doing that. They are creating their own disciples. They are creating their own dharma. They are not following dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Lord Krishna is the only creator of dharma. So people are copying him, trying to copy him, and they are becoming God. Self-made God. They are known as self-made God. And they are creating dharma, their own dharma. And it is happening in many religions today. Actually, this is not called religion, because religion means what? Dharma. And there is only one dharma of common man, that is Sanatan Dharma. Other dharmas are not dharma. They are faith. And faith can be changed. Okay, so we have discussed earlier about this. Okay, this is known as non-bona fide path. Manufacturing one's own process is the fashion of foolish pretenders. Whatever I am saying is the path. Whatever I am saying is the dharma. No, this is the wrong concept. This is known as mental speculation, dry arguments, independent study of books. Independent study of books means if you are reading even scriptural books, literatures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, just sitting at one place and alone, you are not attending Bhagavad Gita lectures, you are not hearing spiritual masters, you are not associating with devotees. Okay, so you have to hear these literatures from an authorized person. So if I say authorized person means what? The person who belongs to disciplic succession. The person who belongs to a particular authorized disciplic succession. So they are authorized. Actually, they are authorized to say something. So whenever they say, they have proof. They are saying as it was told them by spiritual masters. Okay? So non-bona fide path means what? Cannot help one lead to a right path. They are confused in themselves only. So how they can help others to cross this material ocean? So they are bewildered. They are bewildered themselves. So how they will help others to cross the ocean? And unnecessary they are spreading in the mundane world non-bona fide path. So non-bona fide path means the path which is not recognized by four sampradayas, authorized person, authorized spiritual guru, the person who belongs to disciplic successor. So that is known as non-bona fide path. And bona fide path is given by Lord Krishna, and non-bona fide path is given by those who are not devotees, those who are non-believers of Krishna. Okay. How to get spiritual understanding? Path of spiritual realization is undoubtedly difficult. Path of spiritual realization is undoubtedly difficult. It is not easy, but it is not as much as difficult also. So our Acharya says that spiritual path is not that much easy. So how to get spiritual understanding? So people say no, spiritual understanding, spiritual path, devotional service is very, very difficult. Don't go for it. Actually it is difficult. But it is not that much difficult. Okay, so approach. What you have to do? Simply approach bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession. 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 Okay, so if initially you have to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Bona fide spiritual master, if I say, it means the person who belongs to disciplic succession. Okay, so satisfaction of self-realized spiritual master is secret of advancement in spiritual life. So if you want to get success, you have to follow spiritual master, because spiritual masters are self-realized. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. So they are self-realized because they know the truth. They know the truth means they know who is Lord Krishna. What is the relationship of living entity and Lord Krishna? Who is absolute truth? Lord Krishna is actually absolute truth. Okay, so how inquiries are effective? Submission, service. So what you have to do? You cannot directly ask question to spiritual master. You have to become submissive in front of spiritual master. You have to serve spiritual master. You have to please them. And you have to follow the devotional life which is given by the association of spiritual master, by devotees, the persons, those who are authorized from disciplic succession. Okay, so one must be able to pass the test of the spiritual master, and where he sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blessed the disciple with genuine understanding. So the spiritual masters are very much intelligent. They know who can become devotee. The one who has submissive attitude, the one who has inquiring attitude, the one who asks questions, okay, is very much inquisitive about what is the devotional service, what is the, who am I, why I am in this world, what is the relationship of living entity with the Lord Krishna, with the supreme absolute truth, with the supreme controller, supreme proprietor. Okay, so with submission I am always ready to render service. The reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries become perfect. Okay, so with submission and always ready to render service. So you should be always submissive and render service under the spiritual master. The reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries become perfect. The one who wants to become perfect, that I am fallen, I want to rise, I want to progress in spiritual life, I want to progress in devotional service, I want to perform devotional service. Oh spiritual Guru, I am submissive, I will render service unto you. Please instruct me what to do. Like Arjuna surrendered unto Krishna, and Lord Krishna gave him the transcendental knowledge. And finally, he realized the truth and fought for the right cause. So he was the Arjuna. Okay, 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas are there. Okay, so chief Brahma Sampradaya, Lakshmi Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya. And there is one more Sampradaya, Mayavad Sampradaya. Okay, so first Sampradaya is, so these Sampradayas are authorized by Lord Krishna, the spiritual masters. Okay, so Brahma Sampradaya given Madhava Sampradaya. Other names for Brahma Sampradaya is Madhava Sampradaya. Okay, Madhva Sampradaya. Then an acharyas of Brahma Sampradaya or Madhvacharya, Lord Chaitanya. So this is known as Brahma Sampradaya. Commentary on Vedanta, Purna Pragya Bhashya, Govinda Bhashya. So these are the commentaries about Brahma Sampradaya or given by Brahma Sampradaya. Tattva, Madhvacharya, Shuddha Dvait word, purified dualism. Lord Chaitanya, Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, inconceivable oneness and difference. Lord Chaitanya, Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, inconceivable oneness and difference. Then next Sampradaya is Lakshmi Sampradaya. Other name for Lakshmi Sampradaya is Ramanuja Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. Okay, Acharyas of Lakshmi Sampradaya are known as Ramanujacharya. Commentary on Lakshmi given by Lakshmi Sampradaya is Sri Bhashya. Okay, then Tattva is Vishishta Dvait Vada, specific monism. Then next Sampradaya, third Sampradaya is Rudra Sampradaya. Rudra Sampradaya, other name is Rudra Sampradaya, Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, Vallabha Sampradaya. These are the Rudra Sampradaya. Okay. Then Acharyas are Vishnu Swami, Vallabhacharya. Commentary on Vedanta, Sarvagya, Bhashya, Anubhashya, Tattva, Suddha Dvaitavada, purified monism. Then we have another Sampradaya is the Kumara Sampradaya. So other name for Kumara Sampradaya is Nimbarka Sampradaya, Nimbaditya Sampradaya, Sanakadi Sampradaya. Okay, Acharyas of Kumara Sampradaya, Nimbarka Acharya. Commentary on Kumara Sampradaya given by known as Parijat Saurabh Bhashya. Parijat Saurabh Sampradaya, Saurabh Bhashya. Then Tattva is Dvait, Advait, Vad, monism and dualism. Then the other Sampradaya which is known as Mayavad Sampradaya. So Mayavad Sampradaya, other name for Mayavad Sampradaya is Smarta Sampradaya. So the Acharyas of Mayavad Sampradaya is known as Sankaracharya. Okay, commentary are on Mayavad Sampradaya is Sharirak Bhashya. Tattva is Advait, Keval Advait, monism. Okay, so these are the 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya, that is Brahma Sampradaya, Lakshmi Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradaya. Okay, 4 Vaishnava Sampradaya references Garga Samhita, Canto 10, Chapter 61, verse 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so this is given in Canto 10. Okay, so you can see the flow chart. Lord Brahma, Lakshmi Devi, Lord Shiva, 4 Kumaras. Okay, all the gurus, Lord Brahma, the Madhvacharya was Acharya, okay, and Lakshmi Devi, Ramanujavacharya was Acharya, Lord Shiva was the Vishnu Swami Acharya, 4 Kumaras was the Acharya was Nimbarka Acharya. Okay, so and the verses are Vamanas Vidhi Sesha Sanako Vishnu Vakyatah Dharmatma Hetave Chaite Bhavishyanti Dvija Kalau. Okay, so Vamana, Brahma, Ananta Shesha, Senaka Kumara will appear as Brahmanas by the order of Vishnu for the preservation of eternal righteousness in Kali Yuga. So Lord Krishna has said, or in Bhagavatam it is said, Canto 10, chapter 61, verse 23, 24, 25, 26, that Vamana, Brahma, Ananta Shesha, Sanaka Kumara will appear as Brahmanas by the order of Vishnu, okay, in Kali Yuga. And then Vishnu Swami, Vamanas Sastha, Madhvastu, Brahmana, Ramanajastu, Sesanga, Nimbaditya, Sanakasya. Okay, so Vishnu Swami, Madhvacharya, Ramanuja and Nimbaditya will appear respectively as a portion of Vamana, Brahma, Ananta Shesha and Sanaka Kumara. Ete Kalau Yugo Bhavyah Sampradaya Pravartatah Samvastare Vikrama Chaturvah Kisti Pavanah. These 4 savers will be the establishers of the 4 authorized and empowered spiritual channels of disciplic succession in the period calculated from the reign of King Vikrama in 54 BC, subsequently through the 4,32,000 year cycle of Kali Yuga. Okay, then Sampradaya Vihina ye mantraste nisphala smriti hai. Tasmach gamanang hyasti sampradaya narairapi. These 4 authorized and empowered spiritual channels. Which are the 4 authorized channels? Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and 4 Kumara Sampradaya. Okay, so these 4 authorized and empowered spiritual channels of disciplic succession are to be fully accepted by all beings as any word, combination of words or formulation of sound frequency invoked or addressed, audible or inaudible, secret or revealed, ancient or contemporary outside their auspices prove to have absolute no efficacy. Okay, so these 4 sampradayas are given by Lord Krishna, or they are spreading the knowledge about transcendental knowledge about Lord Krishna. Okay, so the Lord, the Brahma Sampradaya belongs to Lord Brahma, Sri Sampradaya belongs to Lakshmi Devi, Rudra Sampradaya belongs to Lord Shiva, and 4 Kumaras belongs to 4 Kumaras. Okay, so Brahma Sampradaya, the Acharya of Brahma Sampradaya is Madhvacharya, and Acharya of Sri Sampradaya is Ramanujacharya, Rudra Sampradaya is Vishnu Swami, and 4 Kumaras Nimbarka Acharya. So Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and 4 Kumaras. Okay, so Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya. So from Brahma Sampradaya, Gaudiya Sampradaya comes. Okay, so Ishwar Puri, Nityanand Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Lord Chaitanya, Rupa Goswami, Swarupa Damodar, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, Narottam Das Thakura, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, Sri Baladeva Vidya Bhushan, Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaur Kishora Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, A.C. Bhakti Vedant Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, we belong to Brahma Sampradaya, that is also known as Gaudiya Sampradaya in West Bengal. Okay, so we belong to Brahma Sampradaya. It means in Brahma Sampradaya, knowledge is directly coming from Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna instructed to Brahma, Brahma instructed it to Narad Muni, and Narad Muni, so on. We are getting this knowledge from our spiritual masters. Okay. So this is the Gaudiya Sampradaya. It is known as Gaudiya Sampradaya. So qualification of a bona fide guru. What is the qualification? So how to choose a guru? Who is a guru? So you have to find out what is the qualification of a spiritual guru. Whether he belongs to a disciplic succession, whether he belongs to a particular sampradaya, the one which is authorized by our acharyas, by Lord Krishna himself. They are spreading the knowledge about transcendental absolute truth. Lord Krishna teachings. He speaks only of Krishna and matters related to him. Bhagavad Gita 2.54. Okay. In Bhagavad Gita 2.54, it is given, he speaks only of Krishna and matters related to him. He knows only Krishna. He knows the truth. And who is truth? Lord Krishna is truth. Lord Krishna is absolute truth. Okay? So he speaks only of Krishna. He never presents anything not to be found in Vedic literature. Ishopanishad, first para. He never contradicts sadhus, saintly persons, or scriptures, shastra. He never contradicts scripture. He never say that this is written wrong somewhere in the scriptures. He accepts scriptures as it is. He follows the order of spiritual guru. He follows guru, sadhu and shastra. And he teaches us to follow the same. So, he doesn't manufacture rules against the principles of revealed scripture. Given in Bhagavad Gita 3.21. Bhagavad Gita 4.34. Okay? 4.34. What is 4.34? Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekchanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Means whatever spiritual guru is saying is right. Because why? Spiritual guru is following the guru, sadhu, shastra. So he will teach us same thing, following the guru, sadhu and shastra. He never says I am God. Spiritual guru never says I am God. I told you the example of Srila Prabhupada. Okay, he never said I am God. I am God. Bhagavad Gita 5.16. He must be a master of the science of Krishna. He must be a master of the science of Krishna. Given in Bhagavad Gita 2.8. Then character. He must be a perfect devotee. He must be a perfect devotee. Although he is a self-realized soul, but he follows the devotional service as it is taught by the spiritual guru. Okay, so if spiritual guru and the devotees are following the devotional service, others will follow. Or we can say they are following the spiritual path so that common people can follow the same thing. Okay, if the spiritual guru, the people, those who are greater in the position and they will not follow the devotional service, others will follow in the same footstep. So he must be fully in control of the 6 pushing senses. Okay? That is given in NOI, nectar of obstruction. He strictly practices what he preaches. So whatever he asks others to follow, he follows the same thing. Okay? So it is given in Bhagavad Gita 3.21. He is an acharya, one who teaches by example. So who is the acharya? Well, the one who teaches by example. What is the example? He follows the spiritual path. He follows the devotional service. He teaches about Lord Krishna, which he has got it from his own spiritual master. He is spreading the same knowledge. And that knowledge is known as spiritual knowledge. That knowledge is known as transcendental knowledge. That knowledge is about absolute truth, Supreme Lord Krishna. So because even Krishna himself acted to set an example. He is by nature very kind and compassionate to the disciples and tirelessly instructs him. He is by nature very kind and compassionate to the disciple and tirelessly instructs him. Okay, so realization. This is about teachings and character. Now realization. He must be fixed in the absolute truth, given in Upanishad introduction, 11th para. He must be fixed in the absolute truth. He always think about Lord Krishna. He always think about the Supreme Lord Krishna, because Supreme Lord Krishna is the only absolute truth. There is no one else. So he must have the symptoms of one on the transcendental platform, given in Bhagavad Gita 18.51 to 53, 54, then Bhagavad Gita 4.22, 25, 2.55, 57, 58, 5.20, 21. So he must be 100% Krishna conscious. Okay, the spiritual master should be 100% Krishna conscious, given in 2.8. He should have attained the platform of Uttama Adhikari. The spiritual master is a Uttama Adhikari. Uttama Adhikari means what? He sees everywhere the Supreme God. Everywhere, in every living entity, he sees the Supreme Lord. He knows the science of Krishna. He knows the science of Krishna. And he has ability to liberate others. So spiritual masters are such a master that they know each and every person. And they have faith in their work. They have ability to liberate others. So Krishna or his bona fide representative are the only persons who can release a conditioned soul from bondage. They know that those who are in bondage, in material bondage, are suffering. They can, it is their mercy. They can think and they can liberate others. Why? Because they are self-realized souls. They are very, very much intelligent. The spiritual master knows the nature of his students and is thus able to guide them to act in Krishna consciousness. Bhagavad Gita 2.41. Okay, so spiritual masters are very, very intelligent. Just by looking at the common man, they can say, they can understand their suffering and they can give them knowledge so that they can become Krishna conscious. And they teach them that how Krishna consciousness can improve their life. He can change the materially conditioned nature of a person, gradually elevating him to the perfectional stage. Okay, so they can make an imperfect person to a perfect person. They have the ability. They know the absolute truth. They know what is reality. And they belong to a particular disciplic succession. He comes in the disciplic succession. That is the given in 4.34 that we are discussing now. Okay, so spiritual master should belong to disciplic succession, and therefore does not deviate from instruction imparted millions of years ago. So whatever knowledge he is giving now, it is not different. It was given millions of years ago by Lord Krishna to Sun God. Billions of years ago, before the existence of Sun God, Lord Krishna gave the knowledge to Sun God, and Sun God is such a kind disciple that he is following even today. He never makes any difference that he spreads sunlight at one place, he doesn't spread sunlight at other place. He is spreading sunlight equally and everywhere. So he is not partial. So we have to become like Sun God. Sun God is not partial, and we have to become like him. We have to work keeping in mind the Sun God is working. Okay. So what are the activities of spiritual master? He is always glorifying Krishna. He is always singing Sankirtana. He is always singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So he always sings about Lord Krishna. He never tries to imitate the Lord. Spiritual master never imitate the Lord, but always follows in his footsteps. Okay, so Lord Krishna is so merciful about his devotees, about the common people, that he wants to take everyone with him. But people are so ignorant that they are not coming on the right path. They are not following the devotees. They are not following the spiritual master's instruction. They are not following Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. But then also, spiritual Lord Krishna is trying again and again and again, so that common man, those who are wandering here and there, those who are entangled in material life, they can be given knowledge, and by that knowledge, that is not ordinary knowledge, that is transcendental knowledge. By using that transcendental knowledge, they can cross the ocean of material ocean. No, they can cross the material ocean. What is the qualification of disciple? So this is the qualification of a spiritual master. We have discussed. What is the qualification? Teachings, character, realization, ability to liberate others, disciplic succession, activities. So these are the qualification of a spiritual master. So a spiritual master always thinks about Krishna and always talk about Krishna, and he always spreads the transcendental knowledge which he has taken from the disciplic succession and give it to the common man. So this is the qualification of a spiritual master. Now let us see what is the qualification of a disciple. So one must be awakened to one's position of suffering in the material world, and one must desire to find the ultimate solution, given in Bhagavad Gita introduction, page 7 or 6. Okay, so a common man should understand, who am I? Am I body or soul? What is my relationship with absolute truth? What for I am working? What for I am searching? What is my originality? So these questions should be there in their mind. So once these questions come to mind, they start searching the absolute truth. One must have a firm respect for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should have faith in Lord Krishna. One should have faith in spiritual master. One should have faith in Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. One must have faith in the Guru and Krishna. It is given in Bhagavad Gita 6.47. One must be submissive, 4.34. Submission means render service unto the spiritual master. Inquire from him, ask questions, being inquisitive, getting the knowledge from a spiritual master. Because they are self-realized soul. They will, whatever they will say, whatever the knowledge they will give, that will be perfect. That will be truth. You can believe and you can follow as it is. One must be fully obedient. One must be fully obedient. Obedient means what? Obeying spiritual master, obeying devotees, living in association of devotees. So disciple must be ready to be disciplined. The first and foremost character of a disciple is discipline. So discipline word has come. Discipline word has come from disciple, or disciple word has come from discipline. Okay, so a disciple should be disciplined. Discipline means whatever instructions of spiritual master, of devotees, of Lord, of Guru and Sadhu and Shastra, they must be followed fully as it is. One must be humble. A disciple should be humble. Humble means what? You can take knowledge. Okay, whatever spiritual master says, they will follow as it is. So that is called humbleness. It means you can accept. If you are not humble, then you cannot accept. Okay. One must have a serving mode. One must have a serving mode. Serving to devotees, serving to spiritual master, serving to Lord. That is serving attitude. Visiting temple, serving prasadam, distributing prasadam, taking part in distributing prasadam. Okay? One should consider the order of the Guru as one's prime duty in life. Okay, one should follow the order of the Guru. One must respect the Guru as God. One must respect the... So, spiritual master should be respected as God. Because in front of you, he is God. He can only show you the path of Lord Krishna, the path of absolute truth. So, he must be treated similar to God. Spiritual master must be treated similar to God. One must be anxious to satisfy the Guru. One must serve the other disciples of one's Guru. Cautions for preachers. Srila Prabhupada's unique position as founder Acharya. Politics. Cautions for preachers. When you are preaching, you should be very much cautious, because you are spreading the transcendental knowledge. You are following your spiritual guru's instructions. You are following the order of Krishna. If you are following the order of spiritual guru, it is as good as you are following the order of Lord Krishna. Because spiritual gurus, whatever instruction they have given, it is given by the Lord Krishna only. Lord Krishna is the original creator. Dharmam tu sakshad Bhagavad pranita. So, Lord Krishna is the creator of dharma. So, Lord Krishna is the only creator of dharma. No one else can. Not even spiritual masters are allowed to create dharma. Only Lord Krishna can create dharma. Okay. So, be aware of Ritvik philosophy and impersonalisms. Be aware of the impersonalism, because there are many impersonalists are preaching in the mundane world. Okay. And that is not the transcendental knowledge. Respect every bona fide disciple of Srila Prabhupada and senior preachers as you respect your Diksha Guru. So every devotee in ISKCON you have to treat as God, because they are senior than you. They are preaching about God. Okay? So promoting your Guru, you should always promote your Guru, not yourself. You should keep ahead Guru than you, always. Okay? So when you are preaching, Guru should be there in front of you. So what it means, what? Whatever you are preaching is given by Guru. Okay? So you have to always keep Guru as top. Never conceal devotees from mixing with other devotees for ulterior motive. Allow them to hear others' opinions. Preacher's job is present the message of Lord Krishna, connect Bhakta to Lord Krishna. So what should be the motto? Connecting to Krishna. So if you find any common man and is interested in the transcendental knowledge, so your objective should be that I want to connect this common man to Lord Krishna. So he will become devotee automatically. Okay? So you have to follow in the footsteps of Lord Krishna. How to take shelter under a bona fide spiritual master? Correct understanding and incorrect understanding. Now we have seen the qualifications of a devotee, qualification of a spiritual master. Now we'll see how to take shelter under a bona fide spiritual master. So what is the correct understanding? We given by Srila Prabhupada. Come to complete correct understanding that all the bona fide disciples of Srila Prabhupada are uniquely great in their own respect. So each disciple of Srila Prabhupada is great. You have to treat them, you have to understand them, you have to respect them, you have to serve them, you have to inquire from them. So without their mercy, you cannot preach. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada is our founder Acharya. So Srila Prabhupada is our Sanstapaka Acharya. He is the original founder of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada is our founder Acharya. Okay? Srila Prabhupada is representing a bona fide devotional service. Mission of Srila Prabhupada, we have to spread Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout the world. That is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So each of them reflect unique qualities of Srila Prabhupada. So come to complete correct understanding. So whenever you join ISKCON, any center, you should understand what is the motive, why ISKCON is running, how they are preaching, what the message, what is the message they are spreading. Okay, come to complete correct understanding that all the bona fide disciples of Srila Prabhupada are uniquely great in their own aspect. Each of them reflect unique qualities of Srila Prabhupada. Each of them is capable to take you back to Godhead. Each of them capable to take you back to Godhead. So each guru, each devotee, each disciple of Srila Prabhupada is qualified to take you back to God. Each of them carrying out the message of Srila Prabhupada. They are sincere devotees. So we have to follow in the footsteps of spiritual guru. Acting on correct understanding, spreading the knowledge given by Srila Prabhupada, is equally as spreading the knowledge about Krishna to the common man. So if you are spreading the knowledge about Krishna, it means you are liberating others. With this mindset, serve them with sincerity. Whenever you get an opportunity, serve them. Serve to spiritual masters. Serve to the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So when you sincerely serve the pure devotees, Krishna within your heart will reveal automatically. When you start serving spiritual guru, when you start serving the devotees, Krishna himself reveal. Krishna reveal himself. So when you sincerely serve the pure devotees, Krishna within your heart will reveal. Okay. So you have to behave like a sincere student. Acts on correct understanding. You have to become good disciple. You have to become good preacher. So that is what the message is given over here. Incorrect understanding, do not take initiative on the basis of following. Okay? Face force from any devotee or any teacher. Don't force anyone. Give them their own pace, their own room to grow. Preach them. You follow the devotional service and let them observe you. Okay? Common people will observe you. When you are doing preaching, other people are watching you. It means what? You have sown the seed. And this seed will slowly grow and ripe one day. So it takes some time. It is not one day process. And don't be in hurry. So if you are in hurry, that is incorrect understanding. Comes under. So don't force from any devotee or any preacher based on friendship, based on relationship. Some devotees, whoever may be, maybe the person in your house also, there may be many persons. Okay, you may be the alone devotee in your house. Okay, you just follow. Don't force anyone to follow. Okay, one day everyone will start following. That is because we are not following any incorrect thing. We are a devotee. We are serving Krishna. We are serving devotees. We are associating with devotees. We are going to temple. We are serving Lord Krishna. We are distributing prasadam. We are donating. We are not doing anything wrong. So if it is right, some or the other day everyone will follow. You have to be firm. So you have to show that firmness. Some devotee favoring you in different ways. Shiksha gurus initiating Srila Prabhupada because he or she has helped you. Accessibility of a spiritual master. Peer pressure. All my friends are getting initiated. So don't think like this. All my friends are getting initiated. Don't be in hurry. Learn the truth. Learn the transcendental knowledge. Understand it. Then get initiated. So initiation can be done anytime. But you have to understand it properly. The correct understanding is must. So result of acting based on incorrect understanding. Result of acting based on incorrect understanding. Gradual disintegration of ISKCON. So ISKCON's philosophy is very strong. Only thing that can destroy us is disharmony amongst ourselves. The philosophy of ISKCON is very, very, very strong because it is given by Srila Prabhupada, and to Srila Prabhupada was given by the spiritual master Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And likewise, because this is the disciplic succession, proper disciplic succession of Lord Krishna. This is authorized by Lord Krishna himself. Okay. So there is no chance of falling down. So what is the purpose of ISKCON? Represent the message of Lord Krishna in disciplic succession. So no one alone is responsible, because it is the disciplic succession, the perfect order of spreading the message, training the devotees to practice pure devotional service. So you have to train the devotees pure devotional service. Okay, so you have to train devotees to follow the proper devotional service. For that you have to follow first, and you have to follow the order of gurus, spiritual masters, the instructions given by Srila Prabhupada, the instructions given by our previous acharyas. Okay, so it will lead to go back home, back to God. So if you are following the proper order of disciplic succession, it will lead to go back home, back to God. There is no doubt. Okay. So ISKCON's philosophy is very, very strong. Only thing that can destroy us is disharmony amongst ourselves. So we are getting confused, we are fighting among ourselves, and we are preaching somewhere wrong. Okay, so we have to follow strictly the disciplic success. So instead of Krishna being center, we become center. This is the incorrect understanding. You don't become the center. Keep always Krishna in center, competing with devotees to make disciples instead of delivering pure messages. Okay, there is a competition among devotees, unnecessary competition. There, it is obvious there should be some competition in book selling and all, but unnecessary competition is not good. So unnecessary competition, because of unnecessary competition, there are chances that you may get bewildered, and because of you others will get bewildered. So this is the entire confusion will create. Okay, so other people might follow what we are doing. So if you are getting confused, you are doing something wrong, others will follow you in your footsteps. Okay. Do you want to be part of this? No. We should not be part of these following wrong things. Okay. All kind of politics and cheating to maintain power or for personal growth. Become to power, I want to become president of this temple. So this knowledge, this understanding is incorrect. If you are working for this understanding that I want to become president, then somewhere you are playing politics, dirty politics, you will be part of dirty politics, and whatever will happen will be some thing different. Okay, so disrespect, disunity, uncomfortable talking to each other, etc. You are not comfortable to talking with devotees. You are not chanting properly 16 rounds. You are not following the 4 regulative principles. What are the 4 regulative principles? Intoxication, illicit sex. Okay, all these 4 regulations you have to follow properly. So 4 regulations, 16 rounds, you can never leave. If you are leaving this, if you are not following these 4 regulations, then others will also not follow. You will get confused, and there are chances you may fall down. So by acting in such a way, we will be displeasing entire parampara and jeopardizing their hard work. Okay? So it is the hard work only because of which we are here. Someone has done hard work, our spiritual masters. Behind this, they have preached properly, they have given the right knowledge of Krishna, and because of that we are following. We are hearing about Lord Krishna. We can preach about Lord Krishna. We can read Bhagavad Gita. We can hear Bhagavatam. We can hear Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures written by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we will stop over here, and next time we will see from verse number 4.35. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare. If anyone has question, can ask. No question. So we will stop over here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Vansha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanubhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna.